This is Junie, one of the best pit bulls you could ever ask for. She has the best stamina when it comes to sprinting and meeting points ahead to claim more victories than I ever will in my entire lifetime. She gets way too excited to see me whenever I pull up to my brother's house in the upper hill somewhere in Kentucky. My brother got himself a keeper. It's a known fact that a dog is a man's best friend. They can even sense loyalty from a woman that you're about to marry as soon as you might get the best results back from them. For my brother, he is quite the opposite of what my expectations were when we were kids growing up. Both of his dogs are female, so they still count as his best friends no matter what. Like Junie's best friend Macy. She was actually my brother's dog first, but she has a reputable trademark in all of our lives. She is the golden blueprint to our family's impact as one of my mom's children's first pet animal, along with Junie, but like I said, Macy came first. There's no comparison to who's the better dog here. I'm just giving my flowers to both of his dogs for serving a good purpose. They both got their own unique styles of doing dope dog tricks. Like back in 2022, here you will see Macy following my hands as an act of entertaining services and also the way to let her know that I am the dog leader of all dogs. She was so tiny though, look at her. It hurts to know that she's a little peanut during this time. Dogs grow up so fast. It also kind of hurts to know that today as we speak, she doesn't even seem to follow my hands like that anymore. What I'm guessing I believe is a sign of her growing out of it and already going for the serve of purpose of obedience despite her still biting people. And as a disclaimer for when I say that, I mean family members in the most playful way possible. And I hope PETA is not watching this as a sign of an animal terrorist attack. All dog lives matter. The same can be said for Junie in this instance. She has the ability of posing on all fours like a lazy dog. She's too big for her age to be acting like that. But I get it, you want to get some rest, you want to stretch out your dog muscles in order to maintain a healthy animal life balance? If only Macy could follow in her footsteps. When Junie was smaller, she used to be so hyper and completely full of so much energy. The only difference is now she is a lot more bigger than Macy is. If you compare her dog height to human height, you can see that she is about the same height as Megan Thee Stallion. And that's not a vogue opinion, it's a vogue fact. Sometimes dogs that tend to be bigger are often the ones that are more playful, except for when they hit the old age. That's where everything drops in the end. We'll experience that valuable pain together. The only thing that dogs can do is give good emotional support whenever it is needed. Like it feels so refreshing having these two ladies around for the best comfort and peaceful matters. They do what they are told the right way and they can make your life much more easier if they are properly trained. I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this to you guys, but this video will be safe for the ones in the future who are unaware of these types of responsibilities. The future generations need to know about this, especially Gen Beta. They've missed out on a lot of things in life. You guys especially need to be careful when you're just standing around near a local dog area. They seem to get hesitant when they're not being mildly entertained by some things. Junior then proceeds to ram me to the ground and I tripped. When they named their breeds pit bulls, I didn't know that they meant that they can pit humans and other animals into the ground. I don't even know what Macy's breed name is. She didn't lick my jacket and didn't lick my pants out of the ordinary. It took me a while to get both of those things clean with the same amount of detergent that still gets wasted whenever I close the lid on the washing machine. I then proceed to confront Junie about it. Why you licking my pants for? You over here looking at my pants. I ain't give you no advisory sticker to do that. Why you looking at my pants for, Junie? You knew what you did was wrong. You still did it. Yes, I'm talking to you. Why you did that? Now you're not gonna acknowledge me, huh? See over there. You seeing? You seeing? Nothing. Yeah, these girls had a bit of too much fun playing outside in the grass. Most likely Junie did more than Macy did. If you throw a singular bone somewhere in the house when they have their own, they're gonna go ahead and go for one of them at once. It's an amazing detail seeing how much when one dog goes for something in their sight, the other one will go there and proceed to investigate what they follow. I can't say the same for the cats though. One likes to be stainlessly constricted while the other one likes to hide in plain sight. Most likely non-existent to be exact. These two most likely can feel the animal crossing territorial wars between dogs and cats. But luckily with these four gals, they're all friends. At least I hope they are. The meaning of what I meant by that is that from my observation, I could possibly see the vision of those dogs being more social than cats are. Because remember this, the cats came first, then the dogs joined the family later on around some time. I remember back when I used to play with the cats with this interactive cat toy catcher, Angie was the main one getting more points than Ivy did. If anything, she wasn't even trying at the beginning to begin with because of like some cat anxiety or something that my brother said. I didn't even know that animals can attract that sort of stuff as well. I mean, yeah, animals can feel and detect emotions out of the ordinary, but I didn't exactly knew that the cats can actually feel some type of stuff along with dogs. Animal Scientologists will literally go on a field day about this. Even if those things didn't even exist, I could come up with a new trademark and I can actually make some symbolisms and orientations come through. The moral of the story is that owning both cats and dogs and female traits can vary greatly more than you can imagine. The consistent mindset that is narrowly following through can lead to better expectations in your animal owning life. So to be sure the goals that you can set for owning animals and making sure that they can actually live a better life than humans can in general, make sure the best idea is that it seems to be more capable enough for you to take care of those things and also taking better risks for the greater things in life. You will be set for life with expectations like that. Trust me, the process is better. And also, Ivy is pretty incompetent with the string here, so there goes that. Anyways, I appreciate my brother for letting me get some clips of the dogs while I was there to visit. But at the same time, when I showed him the footages as of yesterday, when I was showing him what I was going to do for VO so far, he kind of took some offense to some things, and honestly, it was kind of pissing me off to say. So I proceeded to tell him to shut the up and get used to it because it was going to happen regardless. Nah, I'm just joking. We talked through it like civilized adults on the phone, and he was okay with it being there. If anything, he wasn't wrong to begin with. I should have asked him for permission before doing it, but hey, we can get through it without any qualms indeed. Even though we both be saying you to each other for like once every month, we talk it out in the end for an instant transmission. So now that all was well over there, I spotted 2 rocket ships or fighter jets in the sky forming an X skyline in the suburban area. It kind of looked like a fighter jet just by the way the speeds are going and how I call the skinny line clouds the jet skyline, but I was hoping that those 2 jets would actually run into each other, but they proceed to miss, which totally sucks for me. They've crossed paths with a little greetings and a symbol because you may never know if those pilots are American, so I respect the confidence to those guys. Now that we have officially jumped away from the suburban hill Segway, it's time to go pick up my mom's new car that she was looking for after her previous twin dad car officially gave up after 7 years of experience driving with it. And I don't mean to be dramatic or anything, but the one that we're in right now did feel like home to me. Like, I spent a lot of time in this car more than I did in the house and call it my home. Now that's the least obvious lie, but it still felt like home because of how many years I spent riding in it for the longest. The car that I'm talking about in specific was the red Ford Escape, my least obvious home car. And like I said, it's not mine, it's my mother's. Put respect on my mom's name, goddammit. Now see, throughout my childhood and going places, I've been through a lot riding in this. And I don't mean me specifically driving this because I was like a young teenager during these times. Like, honestly, who can imagine me driving a big ass SUV at a young age like 13? I mean, you'll be surprised of how many kids are somewhat better drivers than adults. But I started driving at 17, so I could possibly feel the pain of not getting to do that. I could have gotten my license when I was 16 if it wasn't for the deep diving distractions that kept me away from real reality. But now, unfortunately, my life has somehow clamped on many delays of what the age requirement is supposed to be for my daily life, and I take half of responsibility for that as well. Oh, you thought the entire delays is all my fault? Think again, because it could be worse. We arrived at the dealership, and by the way that the building is shaped, it reminds me so much of a corporate building. The kind of building that somehow clips into massive construction and holds up to 25 windows of a height-link building. It's the Carvana building that actually sells and manufactures cars that are properly designed for the 2010s and the latest 2020 models. We're here to pick up my mom's new SUV from Nissan. I'm not gonna put out that much information about her car because why would I dox my own mother like that? Well, I guess it's fine that she pretty much let me use these clips as part of this video and said it's okay because she basically doxed herself. Well, it's not really doxing yourself if you don't have any enemies, but if you do have enemies, then GG's fam, you're done. Inside this building is what I majorly expected. The majorly bonded new generated vehicles being built and sent to customers who ordered the car online to pay a more expensive vehicle to fit in with the rest of the crowd. This just proves that outdated vehicles from the 90s and even the 2000s eras is no longer being pushed to any dealership you'll find out there. That basically signifies that people driving any 2000s type car will soon have to switch to the new generation ones by 2030. That basically means no more hoopties and lowriders for you guys. You're gonna have to settle in with the cool kids now. Good luck putting in some new hydraulics for your brand new Lambo trucks and your Dodge Challengers. It's just not gonna hit, and I'm being dead serious. Now the best part of this place is the way they handle the movement of their machines and control how the vehicle is operated and stanced. And mostly, these cars are used. And there's nothing wrong with buying a used car because if anything, that's the most smartest thing to do given the fact that half of these cars are brand new, straight from the factory and sent to many car dealerships from across the world and so on and so forth. It pretty much sums up how the cars are designed and displayed here at this place, and it's pretty much sweet. The SUV is a Rogue and has been manufactured since last year in 2024, and I respect the fact that she has chosen a better SUV than the last one that she's driven before. The Ford Escape was basically giving us nothing but trouble, and it's been smoking out the den. And if you want my honest opinion, man, it sucks. That car sucks. This car is way better. And I know that my mom is probably watching this video right now due to her seeing the thumbnail of me talking trash about the car, which is clickbait. And mama, if you're watching this, you just got pranked for falling for the same old clickbait prank that we used to do back in our old Ryzen era. You probably call me into your room and ask me while I look at the thumbnail, what the hell is this? It's good old-fashioned clickbaiting the audience to get a human reaction from them. Nothing personal, just an ordeal business move. Anyways, it's a known fact that the Rogue has better MPG horsepower and is considered one of the best cars in the Nissan franchise to ever exist. And the best news to come up more after that is that the vehicle is also the best-selling car in America and is frequently placed in the top top 10 best-selling cars to ever exist, selling over 245,000 across the states, which is very cool, but unfortunately, it will not be ranked as number 1 in the top 10 sections with the others here, as it is ranked as the 4th most best-selling car over here in America. But the number 1 best-selling car as we speak today is the Toyota RAV4, selling over 475,000 cars in the country. You heard it here first, guys. The Toyota RAV4 is the most number 1 best-selling car in the country to ever come. It is the number 1 most best-selling car of all time, surpassing the Honda CR-V and the Hyundai Tucson. Like, who would choose a Toyota over a Nissan of all things? No disrespect, but that would be like me choosing a Mazda CX-5 over a Honda Civic. It's just not a close call for me to get there. And it's a known fact that even Honda Civics can actually last longer than any car to ever exist. Even an old 2003 Honda Civic can actually last longer than a specific new generated Tesla. But I guess it's for the best. You can't take that away from Toyota at all. And speaking of cars, my mom is even thinking about getting me one here after I finally get my license. A 21-year-old man getting his driver's license when it could have been 5 years ago is crazy work. But I digress. There's some people who still get their driver's license at 40 years old, so I can't put the blame on us like that, even though I'm not 40 years old, but still. And most likely, since she said that she would get my car here, you guys already know the type of car that I want to cruise in. 2 words, 4 syllables. Mercedes-Benz. I kid you guys not, but I am such a huge Mercedes stan, I would really want to drive that as my very first car. It's my literal dream car to ever drive. The car that I mean in specific is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class AMG 53 that has the most compatible engine management and the best interior to ever exist. And I don't care what you guys will say, I will literally take a Mercedes over a BMW any time of the day. The Mercedes franchise has better chemistry when it comes to cars more than the BMW, and it's not even close. I'm being dead serious with you guys. And if you want to stick to your fancy BMWs out of the ordinary, then just go on ahead, but don't say I didn't warn you, you're missing out. Now, obviously I know that this will be my first car because I have to start at a beginner's car, and even that beginner's car could be a modern one because I feel like I'm already safe behind the wheel, but I still gotta get my license. Son of a bitch. Now anyways, enough of the flattering, I'm going to give you guys a little tour of this place. The machines here have a radioactive control panel that sends the cars from the frozen conveyor belt up on the left up there. It seems that the only way those cars can be sent down to the customers who bought them is to use a giant coin to put inside this dirty ass coin slot. I would have appreciated if those people were to keep this clean because you may never know who would want to buy this in future references. Shout out to Carvana, but I'm just giving you guys a petty heads up. Just gotta let you know. There's also a bunch of minivans sitting outside of the parking lot as well. Some Dodge Caravans, Toyotas, and even Chryslers. You best believe that one of those vans out there have a discontinued model because they couldn't even invent a better facelift for it. But those people were like, well, we tried but we failed, so pack it up fellas, we're done. Time to put the fries in the bag, little bro. Oh, by the way, it's the Caravan. The company also gives us souvenirs as well. Like they give us a big car pendant from Carvana and either a coin to keep as a gift, or whenever I'm ready to finally get my car, use it to see mine come down in a high-end fashion movement as well. I also like how they put a halo over their car logo, which represents their angelic appearance as a company and can literally do no wrong to the public eye. So I'd say it's definitely worth getting your car here if you're looking for one. The best choices you make in life leaves you with a positive karma and more opportunities to self-reflect for the better. I then proceed to steal some poor bastard's paperclip and social justice. Some lady gets an Infiniti and my mom's new car finally comes down from the conveyor belt. Now I will say, the way that these companies present to your new car has some unique and exquisite ways for an introduction. Like when these guys grabbed it from the stack of cars up there, it goes to show you that not many stores can pull off something like this. Like whenever I go to the Dollar General, I'm expected to have my food and drinks, or even better, bathroom supplies, to be sent down like that from the conveyor belt. And I'm not talking about one of those regular Walmart checkout conveyor belts. I mean the same kind of ones like this, in this case right here in the car shop. And coherently, you have to use your hands to put the items on the belt, which takes much more hard labor and effort in a negative way. Like I don't feel like using my hands a lot, and they can be pretty tired at times. That's just how I feel. Also, I like how they do their little tricks with the cars, like the way grown men be doing tricks on it. Sorry. But anyways, I like how they do their little tricks with the car as an alternative friendly showcase that goes, congratulations, sir or ma'am or whoever the purchased this vehicle. I guess you can't rely on gender whenever someone buys something, huh? That's an issue for everyone. I know. Do not test me. We watched the car go outside the place like we're at a circus or something. My mom did not come all the way down here to watch her car get treated like we're at some circus. Come on, big dog. But obviously everyone who purchased their vehicle here most certainly did, so I have no room to talk. But one day when I finally get there, I will have room to talk, and no one can tell me otherwise. If I even get there, that is. I don't know about that, but someday in the nearby future, we'll see. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait it out by like 2027 or possibly somewhere in the 2030s. Most likely the very beginning of it, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know how cars are gonna be looking like in the 2030s, too futuristic wise, but who knows how it's gonna be looking like. Hopefully by the time there will be no flying cars like they all be saying. Maybe will, maybe not, but you know, we'll get there one day. The guy pulls the car around the corner for us, and by the looks of it, it is looking pretty nice. The attention to detail on this SUV has some interesting perks that most Nissan drivers don't know about. There's pretty much good trunk space for storage, good interior from the looks of another country, basically the best things that Nissan can offer to their valuable customers. I once recommended her the Pathfinder, but she couldn't find it, but I'm honestly glad she did it because this is way better. But I still think I deserve some credit for recommending an SUV from Nissan because those things last way more than a Ford SUV can from a mile away. It's just an honorary blessing. Aside from the part that when I get in the car, I could perfectly feel comfortable if it wasn't for those stupid unnecessary seat covers that makes it hard for me to put my seatbelt on and not cut my neck every time I do so. But besides all of that, this car is definitely rated a 10 out of 10, so I definitely would recommend this for all Nissan drivers. The company or franchise does put in more effort for the ones that value their true love for their cars, and that's definitely the way to go throughout the first horizon. We finally say goodbye to the 2017 red Ford Escape. It was one of the best cars I've ever rode in throughout my childhood and even surprisingly up to my adulthood. I had a lot of fun things in there. It's to be expected. It was a cherished core memory and it will be dearly missed. Okay, look, it's not that deep, alright? It's just a car. You can easily replace that, but not a life. Look, bro, just take care of your cars, alright? This took me like about a week to make this video, so you guys better be thankful for that. Gosh. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to follow my social media for more updates.